I gotta take a sip of some beet juice before I get into this. What exactly are we talking about? Why is everyone in an uproar about a company rebranding itself? So they removed Aunt Jemima, they removed Uncle Ben's. Did any one of you guys stop eating pancakes? Did you switch over to Miss Buttersworth? That's Americana as sliced bread. Companies rebrand. Most logos that we grew up recognizing are no longer. And those that remain just remain. It's as simple as that. You know, on this channel, I try to cover as many current event topics as I can. At least the topics that have me scratching my head. Topics that can generate and spark interest. Topics that can create conversations. And I'm just curious why there's such an uproar about Cracker Barrel changing their logo, rebranded, so to speak. What's the big deal? You know, I've been to Cracker Barrel a handful of times, in particular once I moved away from the big city. I can't say they have the best food, but it's not terrible. I've enjoyed their breakfast. I've enjoyed, in fact, some of their Thanksgiving dinners. But people are going nutty right now as somebody's about to hit my car. People are going batshit crazy right now about Cracker Barrel changing their logo. So they removed the old guy, the old gentleman in the barrel, as you'll see here, to this bland logo right here. I don't know what the big deal is. I get it. It's a staple of Americana for those who were big fans of this restaurant. It's iconic, cool. I understand the sentimental value, but is it a big deal? Are we going to Cracker Barrel to eat, or are we going there for the logo? Ask yourselves that. Anyone who's uptight right now and having a conniption and selling their stock, ask yourself, are you going for the logo, this man with the barrel, or are you going to enjoy a hearty meal? You know, why is the stock plummeting? Somebody tell me that. Are people really that upset about this? Where the stock tanks? See, it's all a ploy. See, I'm going to go ahead and purchase some Cracker Barrel stock. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I see the games. We're going to create this uproar, pretend it's just like the worst thing since, you know, whatever. And then give it about another year and watch like AMC stock did a few years back. Just watch what happens. I'm being facetious about the stock, but you know, are people really that upset? I see people in the comments saying that's it. That, you know, they're woke now. I'm no longer going to eat there. I'm going to treat them like I treat Target. I'm going to treat them like I treat ESPN. Everybody's upset. Do you go for the food or for the logo? I don't drink soda anymore, but if Pepsi decided to change their logo or Sprite and it still tasted the same, so be it. So be it. They removed Aunt Jemima a few years back. This is right around the whole George Floyd thing when we thought this country was kind of changing for the better in some instances, but story for another day. So they removed Aunt Jemima. They removed Uncle Ben's. Did any one of you guys stop eating pancakes? Did you switch over to Miss Buttersworth? Because whatever brand now that was formerly Aunt Jemima, guess who still eats that? Me. I don't care if Aunt Jemima's not on the logo. It tastes the same. It really does. It's syrup. What are we talking about? We have to get, you know, I had to make a video about this and I had to laugh because again, this channel is about mocking society and the things that it's why some of us stay in our own little world. Because when you get outside of your bubble, you're facing this. And that's only if you pay attention to it. There's many people who don't watch the news, read papers, read articles online. You know, there's a lot of people that are oblivious to what's going on. But I'm strolling along and I happen to see, you know, people screaming and shouting in the comments using all caps. They're outraged that Cracker Barrel, how dare Cracker Barrel become woke? And I hate that term woke. I've never liked the term. It's not grammatically correct. Story for another day. I won't get on my whole vocabulary box. But because they're woke now, I guess people are upset. It's a Southern staple, and the CEO or the board of Cracker Barrel said, you know what? Let's make some changes to our logo. Maybe this will help with our clientele. Maybe we'll be able to grab more, customers. Whatever their decision was. Let those in charge of their companies do as they please. If IHOP decided to change their infamous logo, but the food tastes the same or better, what happens? I think Bud Light did some kind of switch a few years ago, and there were people complaining about Bud Light. Does Bud Light really taste bad now that they've rebranded? If McDonald's changed their golden arch to something else, and if the fries still tasted as good as they did decades ago, are you going to stop eating McDonald's? It's just crazy to me that companies rebrand all the time. And I'm not saying it's always a good thing. Sometimes rebranding does cause, more harm than good. But if a company's rebranding for the benefit of their company, for their consumers, what are we complaining about? What are we mad about? Why are we selling our stock? I love it. I love the things that create an uproar because it creates content. And the more people bent out of shape over menial things, the better. The more laughter it creates. Laughter is good for the heart. It's good for the soul. And I need to laugh because it's hard enough in this world. But I just wanted to know why everybody was up in arms about this. What does Cracker Barrel mean to you? Do you go for the logo or do you go for the food? I've always gone there for the food. I don't know. My bad.